In the west of Ireland, there is a forest that doesn't appear on any map. They say it attracts lost souls like moths to a flame. No one knows exactly what's there. Those who venture in never come out. A young man runs through the forest, trying to escape it, but he keeps finding himself at the same sign with no way out. The guy tries to climb a tree, but he falls. Then he starts hearing strange noises from a creature until he's taken away. And so it begins. Welcome to Random Recaps. In this video, I am going to recap the movie. Then we meet Mina, an American immigrant who works at a pet shop in Ireland. Her boss asks her to deliver a valuable bird to the zoo. Mina struggles with accepting the death of her mother, who died 15 years ago. At night, she puts on a wig and goes to a bar. A man approaches her, and she gives him a fake name and a fake profession. Why? No idea. The next day, Mina heads to the zoo to deliver the bird. On the way, her twin sister calls her, telling her that she needs to get over their mother's death and move on. As Mina goes through the forest, she starts losing signal. The radio goes out, and the car stops, and the bird says, "Try not to die." Shh. Mina gets out of the car and finds a sign that says, "Point of no return number 12. Mina decides to look for someone to help her and takes the parrot with her. When Mina tries to return to the car, she realizes she's lost. Mina stays there until night falls and names the parrot.
I think I'll call you Darwin.
Mina starts hearing strange noises, and then she encounters an old woman. The old woman runs away, and Mina follows her to a kind of bunker that the old woman calls the coop. The old woman says her name is Madeline, and we meet two other people, Kira and Daniel. Madeline says they are as lost as Mina. Madeline explains that a mysterious group called the Watchers observes the group through the mirrored glass of the refuge every night. When Mina steps forward, applause sounds, and Madeline says it's applause welcoming her to the show.
I'm so fucking scared right now, you shut up!
The next day, Mina wants to go home, so she ventures into the forest to look for the car. But Mina starts hearing a voice calling her. Mina gets scared and starts running, only to realize how vast the forest is. Madeline appears and tells her that everyone has tried to leave but always fails. According to Madeline, the forest causes hallucinations. The signs are references located throughout the forest, indicating that they can't cross the line, or else, and that the references were put there by someone Kira and Daniel call the Professor. Madeline and Mina return to the refuge. There, Kira dances for the Watchers while Mina watches a program called Lyre of Love, owned by Professor RK. The next day, Kira tells her that she has a husband named John who left days ago and hasn't returned. Kira shows her one of the burrows scattered throughout the forest, where the Watchers go during the day due to their photophobia. Later, Madeline tells Mina the rules of the coop. Never turn your back on the mirror, don't open the door when it's dark, don't approach the burrows, and always stay in the light.
The Watchers allow us to live because we follow their rules.
Later, she continues watching the program, similar to Big Brother. Meanwhile, strange noises of creatures are heard in the forest, and there are scratches on the glass. Mina stands in front of the mirror to listen to what's behind, but she can't hear a thing and goes to bed. Then, the Watchers are heard tapping on the mirror.
I'm so fucking scared right now, you shut up!
The next day, while she's with Daniel, Mina sees someone in the forest. Mina asks Daniel if he's seen a Watcher during the time he's been there. Daniel tells her that if someone sees one, they could die. Kira had told her the same thing because Madeline told them that. Since Mina doesn't believe a word Madeline says, she decides to go to a burrow to find a Watcher. With Daniel's help, she enters the burrow. Mina explores the burrow and finds several old objects, including a video camera and a bicycle. Before leaving, Mina starts seeing a hand coming out of the darkness. Madeline asks her if she saw anything, although Mina denies it. Daniel manages to connect the camera to the TV, and they use it as a surveillance camera to see the Watchers. At night, they realize someone is outside, knocking on the door. It seems to be Kira's husband, John, who asks them to open the door. Madeline says it's a trick by the Watchers and doesn't want to open the door. Madeline gets angry with Mina for going to the burrow, but Mina doesn't care. Kira asks John a question to make sure it's really him. John doesn't answer the question and just asks to be let in. Kira asks John to grab the camera and show his face so he can come in. John does so but is taken away. From afar, a creature is seen, but the camera breaks. The Watchers start pounding on the glass to get in, but then they leave. The next day, Madeline returns the bicycle and other objects to the burrow. Mina remembers how her mother died. Basically, Mina was a spoiled child who didn't listen to her mother, leading to her death. Mina draws the references of the forest. Winter arrives and the group starts to fracture. Madeline argues with Daniel because he has become weak and sends him out to hunt for food. After a while, Mina realizes that Kira is not in the bunker. When she goes out to look for her, she finds Kira in front of the burrow. The two hear screams and find Daniel tying up Madeline. Daniel has rebelled and now wants to follow his own rules. So he and Kira leave Mina and Madeline outside. Mina and Madeline hide while Daniel and Kira stand in front of the mirror, waiting for the Watchers. The Watchers arrive and stand in front of the bunker. Daniel is a tremendous traitor and tells them that the others are outside. Mina and Madeline ask Daniel to let them in, and Mina confesses that her mother's death was her fault. The speech works and Daniel lets them in.
That was easy.
The group stands in front of the mirror, and Madeline tells them that she has always told the truth. Madeline tells them that she was a professor of history, folklore, mythology, and so on. Madeline didn't get lost in the forest. She arrived because she knew what was there, until she saw the Watchers and regretted it. Madeline saw herself but as a kind of creature. The Watchers are an ancient species with many names.
Changelings, the winged people, fairies.
Madeline says that the Watchers study them to become like them. At that moment, they realize Madeline is telling the truth. The Watchers start talking like Kira, Madeline, Daniel, and Mina. The Watchers try to get in. Then Kira realizes there is a door on the floor, and the others go down since they have no other way out. They find another bunker beneath the bunker, with food supplies, a bed, and a computer.
I guess you didn't know everything, Madeline.
When checking the computer, Mina finds videos of the professor who created the coup. The professor created the coup to investigate the Watchers, but he realized that the Watchers quickly learned to imitate him. The professor, obsessed with obtaining the power of duplication, captures a Watcher to study her and becomes fond of her.
What?
Mina plays the last video where 300 days have passed, and the professor can no longer endure it and wants to commit suicide. But before that, the professor explains that there is a way to escape the forest. He asks to destroy all his university files, and after that, he goes up to the upper bunker to kill the Watcher and then commits. After finishing the video, Mina says,
We'll leave tomorrow.
And since it's their last night, Kira starts dancing with Daniel. The next day, the group goes up and realizes the bunker is wrecked, and they prepare to leave the forest, following the marks Mina left to follow the path. They reach the edge of the references and release the little bird to guide them on where to go. On the way, they find a place that Madeline says is where the fairies were confined. According to Madeline, the fairies lived like gods. But over time, the human and the mystical clashed, and the humans sealed the fairies. For centuries, they tore at the earth to escape, only to discover that they had lost their wings, their magic, and could never leave the forest. They were left as these ugly creatures. The group keeps walking and it starts to rain. Night falls and the Watchers come out to search for the group. The group reaches the river and runs towards the boat. But the Watchers manage to deceive Daniel, who brings John, but obviously, it's not John.
It's not John!
So the Watcher kills Daniel. Madeline, Kira, and Mina watch as a pack of Watchers approaches, but luckily, they can't leave the forest. When they wake up, the three realize that they managed to escape the forest and board a bus. And that's it. The movie ends with the protagonists saved. Well, wait, there's more.
Aw, for the fraud!
Mina goes to the university where the professor worked to fulfill the professor's last wish. While reviewing the files, Mina finds a recorder that tells the story of the fairies. Madeline was right. Humans coexisted with fairies until a war broke out that banished them. Among the fairies, there were hybrids, half-human, half-fairies, with the power of transformation. After that, Mina goes to Kira's house and tells her what she saw in the professor's office. She shows her some photos where we realize that Madeline was the professor's wife.
What?
But there's a small detail. Mina realizes that Madeline is dead.
2001, from lung cancer.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Mina theorizes that the Watcher the professor caught is Madeline. So the professor slept with the Watcher.
You disgust me. Go on.
Kira arrives, and Mina realizes that this Kira is not Kira. It's Madeline, the Watcher. The Watcher turns into John and knocks Kira out, then hits Mina. Madeline reveals that she always wanted to escape the forest and now plans to imitate Mina. She simply used Mina and the others to escape the forest.
Go fucking strategy, alright?
Madeline says that the professor promised her a way out of the forest, but then tried to kill her, so she killed him first. Mina searches for Kira, but then realizes that Madeline can transform into her. Madeline strangles Mina, telling her that she will live among humans in her body. Mina confesses to Madeline that she is half-human, which is why she can walk during the day.
I don't believe you.
And with the power of love, she manages to convince Madeline to leave her alone. Naruto would be proud.
Bruh.
She tells her that maybe there are more hybrids like her out there. Madeline transforms into her true form and leaves.
I hope you're right, Mina.
Then Mina wakes up Kira, who doesn't know what happened. Later, Mina reconciles with her sister and tells her everything she experienced. By the way, Mina kept the little bird. Then we realize that Madeline is watching Mina in the form of a child. And that's how the movie ends.